All right, Linda's doing great. Barely like 2 sips of alcohol the entire time. That was the greatest I've seen so far. Most improvement, so your prayers are working. She's doing very, very good. She says she's drinking way less, and she had not 1 cigarette. So I'm very proud of her. All right, now go to LoveField. I try to do that. To LoveField. That's the discount tire that I did a thing on that got the hot chicken in the back. Yeah, hot chicks. Sorry, hot chicks. I got some hits on that Century one. It's the Century tire. If you check out my vlog channel, there's one where I did the Century tire. That's the discount tires right over in this area. They sold me some Centuries for $77, which is a really good deal. $77 for tires. That's super cheap, and that was in Plano. Pretty awesome. We got ourselves a 300 Touring. It's for sale, $5,500. 469-650-5528. 569. I'm sorry, let's start over. It's $5,500 for sale. It's a 469 number. 650-5528. That's my commercial, sir. For sale, $5,500. Looks like it's a 300 Touring. 469-650-5528. I'll just start over. You know what I mean. You can kind of see it's a 469. 650-5528. 469-650-5528. Buy that Touring, whatever it is. 300 Touring. The one and the only, you guessed it, critter, Super Car Wash. That's where we're at. Look at that. It's Super Car Wash, Superstar Car Wash right there. It matches it just like there. Look at that. Superstar Car Wash. Well, it's Superstar. Superstar Car Wash. That's where we're at. All right. We're headed LoveField. Quick vacuum wipe down. All right, I gotta get into the Buddha mode and the zone. Really, it's JC mode. That's what I call it. That's what it really is. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. self-control mode, or self-control mode. So Keller Springs Baptist Church states, twist and turns. Sunday worship, 10:30 a.m. They're at 3227 Keller Springs. They got an indoor showroom right next door. Little touch of Coke Zero. Kind of get a little bit of caffeine since I don't really drink coffee. Look who came out. Look at that. It's Critter the cat. So, Sam Elliott, what do you think about cats as pets?
Well, Cole, I think cats are just about as good as dogs. Of course, dogs hunt, but I've heard some dogs can't hunt. But most cats can. They'll hunt mice and things in the home that, you know, might get in and are real good because they got a good sense of smell. And one time I knew this gothic chick with a black cat. She had this candle that she'd like to do this hot wax. All right, Elliott Smith. I had the hot wax and the candle and the black cat. Oh, I didn't say she was a black cat, but she did have this one black cat in this upside down pentagon. And I told her, I said, listen, sweet Jesus, I don't know about this at all. I mean, you're kind of kinky with this black cat.
All right. Okay, Sam Elliott. All right. Well, we're just talking about cats, and Sam Elliott likes to tell stories about some women that he knew that had black cats and pentagrams. But anyway, this is Critter the cat. And like I always say, what do you say? You're the voiceover guy, Sam Elliott.
Live life, smell good. Cole, I'd like to ask you a question.
Yeah, go ahead, Sam Elliott.
I'm not Elliott Smith.
Okay. What did I call you?
You called me Elliott Smith. You might want to review some of the footage.
Okay, I meant to call you Sam Elliott, right?
Yeah, I'm Sam Elliott. I'm not Elliott Smith. I heard, is he some kind of...
Oh, yeah, Elliott Smith, he's a rock star. He was found dead with 2 stab wounds to his heart in Echo Park.
All right, Echo Park. Yeah, I'm familiar. I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I know. You're Sam Elliott, not Elliott Smith.
Right, I'm Sam Elliott. I just want to make sure you knew that, okay? Cole, I want to talk to you about, my name is Sam Elliott, right?
Oh, yeah, sure, your name's Sam Elliott. No, that whole Elliott Smith just jumped out. I listen to a lot of Elliott Smith. Actually, I got a documentary that I was thinking about watching the other night called Heaven Adores You. It's actually about Elliott Smith, and I do plan to investigate the murders of the murder of Elliott Smith, or the self-murder, because suicide's still murder. But I was going to do a whole vlog on Elliott Smith and figure out, do research on exactly how someone did 2 self-inflicting stab wounds to the heart, and they called that suicide. The LAPD called it suicide.
Just want to make sure you know that I'm Sam Elliott. All right, you know that, right?
Oh yeah, sure. I know you're not Elliott Smith. Elliott Smith's not even around. No, he died. It's the coroner said suicide. Yeah, I know. Elliott Smith's been dead for a long time. Last time he was alive, he was right next to Jennifer Chiba. It's just not like she did it or anything like that.
All right, I just want to make sure you know that I'm Sam Elliott.
Yeah, I understand. Don't worry, dude. I understand you're Sam Elliott. Just don't worry about it.
All right, as long as you know I'm Sam Elliott. All right, we're good to go.
All right, we're on a 7-minute countdown right to LoveField. We'll be pulling up to LoveField here pretty soon. And you know how I said DFW Horizons? This one's going to be called... I'm thinking Love on the Horizon. Maybe just LoveField. I don't know. I'll figure out a name for it. Something catchy. We're by Marsh Lane right now, or we're on Marsh Lane. Definitely the name Love will be in it. Love in the Sky, something like that. See, the idea behind Southwest, and that's LoveField. Southwest owns LoveField, and pretty much. I mean, you could say that. You could argue other airlines are trying to get involved. American maybe try to sneak their way in. JFK landed in LoveField, but Southwest was known to be a love airline. That's what they advertised. It was a romantic airline that used hearts and things like that. So if you're going to go Southwest, you're going to be like on a romance airline. And they used what's known as LoveField. So it went along with Southwest romance thing. They worked together. So Southwest Airlines works together with LoveField. That's why they call it LoveField. Or that's what Southwest tried to fit into it. So they used a romance kind of feel. So you were traveling, and it was like you were on this love affair on this airline, and all the waitresses were like models and all this kind of stuff. So that's why the whole LoveField thing is there. Anyway, we're going to LoveField right now. There's Elliott Aviation. And there's JCX on Lemon Avenue. These are all private airlines. This is RBR Aviation. So Elliott Aviation is right back there. And this is LoveField over this way.
Now, you know that Elliott Aviation has got nothing to do with me.
Yeah, don't worry about Sam Elliott. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it at all. I know. Elliott's a common name. I know. You don't have to worry about anything. Can I ask you something, Mr. Sam Elliott? Can we just talk this? I just wanted to say something real quick. You know, that's something that you were just okay when you were smoking. That's right.
Well, you said I told you, you had the lighter.
Yeah, I know. I had the lighter, but I was saying it because you wait like 30 minutes before you.
Well, I thought you didn't mind.
I know, but I got to air out everything and just chill out for a minute.
All right, as long as you know that Elliott Aviation, it has nothing to do with me.
Yeah, I know. And you're not Elliott Smith either. Just listen. Just chill out for a minute, okay? You're giving me kind of some weird kind of things. You can just hold off for just 1 second. All right, Dallas Airport System.
Well, I thought maybe, you wouldn't mind. I needed to relax. I rolled down the window and, I understand. I understand. I sworn,
Yeah, I know. You just calm down just for a second.
I know I shouldn't be anything about it. I was rapping little doobie things.
I know, Mr. Sam Elliott. I know, okay? Just calm down. It's fine. You don't have to vocalize. I got to go back and edit this stuff. I don't look at everything. So when I edit, I don't always...
I was wanting you to know.
All right. Here we are at GAM Aviation. And there's a private jet line right there. And we're coming right up on LoveField. Look up about the Huey. Those Hueys were used in Vietnam. This is a flight museum. So that's a Huey. If you can see it right there. Those are actually used in Vietnam. The Huey is just a nickname for them. It's like a slang name. And those fighters too were used in Vietnam as well. Both those types of fighters. It's a Marine Corps fighter aircraft. There's U.S. Air Force right here. That was probably used in Vietnam, and the one behind it was also used in the Korean War and Vietnam. And they're also private planes as well. Here is one side of LoveField for the personal aircraft. So if you have a personal plane, you can land it right here in LoveField and come to Dallas. You don't have to worry about DFW. And probably TSA is not as bad in LoveField either. It's a smaller airline, or it's a smaller airport, you could say. But Southwest is still pretty powerful, and they're a pretty good airline. Also, they have good deals too. If you're going to fly and you want to save some money, you want to fly Southwest. I hear the food is pretty good too. LoveField, here we go. Dallas LoveField, we're approaching right now. JFK actually landed here with Jackie O and then went right to Fort Worth from here. It's about a 30-mile trip. And then he spent the day of 11/21/1963 in Fort Worth, acting very strange, swerving in and out of the public and crowds. So the Secret Service was sweating, keeping up with him. They were very nervous what was going on. He was acting very strange, kind of like a chicken with his head cut off. The very next day, he would take a caravan through Dealey Plaza, going one direction on Houston, then turning left on Elm. And as he approached the middle part of Elm, right by Dealey Plaza, a shot rang out from the 6th floor of the Texas Book Depository. One hit him in the neck, one bounced off Elm Street, and the third one hit him in the back of the head right in front of his wife, Jackie O. And that was the end of it. That was the end of his life. Barely made it to Parkland Hospital. They said he was mumbling something on the way there. They don't know his last words, but he was trying to say something. And then he died at Parkland. He was pronounced dead at Parkland, not on the site. So he made it to the hospital. On brain injuries and brain shots like that, where you're tagged in the head, people have actually survived it. But he didn't, probably because of the neck shot. He bled out, lost too much blood. I want to get this right here.
Please report any unattended baggage or suspicious behavior to law and behavior, to law and behavior, to law and behavior, to law and behavior, to law and
All right. 1 minute LoveField, next minute Rockwall. Like I said the other day, Horizon. Tubbs. All right, we'll be headed back. We're actually going to go to we're going to go to the DFW Horizon. That's what I was talking about the other day on the, now when I mean Horizon, and I used to be a banker, we used the system software, and that program was called Horizon, okay? Now, the Horizon is an important thing, okay, because you could see what was going on. That's the software. When I'm talking about Horizons, I'm talking about plural. There's more than one Horizons out there, and we're talking about DFW. I know it sounds all crazy. Eventually, I'm going to do my church show. So on Sundays, after I go to Sunday school, I'm going to talk about what I learned at church. But when I'm talking about Horizons, I'm talking about opportunities. So I say DFW, Horizons, I mean DFW opportunities. So it's just the way I was talking, on the show. Met some nice people from Oklahoma, really cool cats, just talking about analytics and YouTube and just all kinds of craziness. And then we'll be heading back. We got about a 41-minute time to kind of chill out, relax, and listen to some jazz. My favorite is Thelonious Monk. Now, I have done some filming in Rockwall. Remember, my feature, Once in a Lifetime, is in Rockwall. Not that bridge, but a bridge down that way. Okay? A bridge down that way. Now, this bridge is also used in the shot in Once in a Lifetime. And it might be in From Now Until Morning, too, which is a short. Once in a Lifetime is a feature. From Now Until Morning is the short. So it's From Now Until Morning and Once in a Lifetime. That's the feature, Once in a Lifetime. And the short is From Now Until Morning. There's also two other shorts, The Way of Man and That Side. That Side was shot in Irving. I did use Rockwall for some of the features. And Once in a Lifetime is a feature. It's a feature film. Well, it's a feature digital video that acts as a film. It's a film. All right. Well, there'll be argument, but let me just put it this way. It's digital video, but it's in the film format. Okay? Once in a Lifetime has a script. And anybody wants to read the script, I will send you the script immediately. It's a heavy, heavy script. Okay? I even sent it to Harvey Keitel. All the way from Maryland. They're all the way from Arkansas. Big lake here, White Rock Lake. I think it's filmed savvy. Now, there's an editor out here, and he's a pretty good actor, too. He does film editing, he does video. He's taught me everything about editing when I first started. His name is Corbin Thorpe. He went to Dallas Art Institute. I met him on a lift, and I said, you look like a film major. And he said, I am. I said, you kidding me? So I'm making a feature film called Once in a Lifetime. If you want to jump on board, let me know. He said yes. I gave him my email information, and we went forward with that. Now, I told him, I said, I need to know about editing. He said, look up DaVinci Resolve. I said, what's that? He said, it's editing software. That's what I use. I said, well, how do you get your stock footage? He said, I go to Foxfire. Don't go to Foxfire, but I go to Foxfire, and I can go onto YouTube through Foxfire, and it allows me to download. I don't recommend Foxfire. My mother got hacked. She got hacked using Foxfire because an advertisement got up on her computer, and she accidentally hit the wrong button, and the whole computer froze. Then this thing came up on the computer. It says, call this number. She called the number. This guy answers the phone and starts hacking her computer. We lost a whole account that way. And it had to be investigated. I told her to call the FBI. But that's what I mean by watch out on Foxfire. It's a little tricky. My mom was able to recover because she slammed the computer down, slammed the top of the computer. What she did is she allowed a hacker to go in and start messing around with all her accounts. And he loaded an account that had to do with me. And she slammed it down at the last minute. We were able to save it. Those are sailboats out there. My mom used her instincts, got through it. Thank goodness. Mom's up in Maine. I haven't seen her in a long time. But if you want to be a channel supporter, I'd love to go up to Maine. I can go by Stephen King's house. They've got Bar Harbor, Arcadia. Is it Sleet Skinny? No, that's a band from Portlandia. I always say Sleet Skinny or something like that. Skinner. I always get it mixed up with. There's Mount Kadada, which is the end of the Appalachian Trail. Skinnerd Sleet or Sleet Skinny. So I always get it mixed up because Portlandia has a band with Carrie Brownstein, and it's called like Sleet Skinny or something. I don't know. Skinny Sleet Skinner. I don't remember the name of it. Regardless, there's a place in Maine that sounds very similar to her band, Carrie Brownstein's band. Sleet Skinner is her band, or Sleet Skinny. Help me. Help me. There we go. This is, there we go. His name's Critter the cat. He's a mirror cat. Likes to look in the mirror. Hey, what's going on? What are y'all doing? Peak Kenny. Yeah, Peak Kenny. It's a place in Maine. It's like a lake. It's not nearly as big as this lake. But what's interesting about Peak Kenny, I don't know the name of it, I'll look it up later, is the water in Maine and on a lake, it gets very, 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 very cold where it freezes. And the cold water during the springtime will go down to the bottom of the lake. And the warm water will flip over. The whole thing flips. So when you get into the lake in the springtime, you start swimming around, you're like, wow, this is beautiful weather. And then you go under and it's ice cold at the bottom. It can even make you pass out, so you gotta be careful. It gets very cold at the bottom. Peak Kenny is the name of it. You gotta check it out eventually. Sam Elliott's probably gonna cut in here in a minute.
When you don't know the name of something, I know you try to talk through it and everything like that. What I do is I just turn everything off and just kind of look it up on Google.
Yeah, I understand Sam Elliott. I understand you turn everything off. But I think part of this show is about struggling to find the right words. It's not always about knowing everything and being a know-it-all.
Yeah, I understand, Cole. I understand. It's just an idea, but the idea is that you're just sitting there going on and on and on, trying to...
I understand it takes time. You got to get the right names. You got to get everything right whenever you're talking about Maine. It's understandable. There's also Bar Harbor. There's Arcadia. There's Stephen King's house. You know, there's Abbott, Maine. There's Parkman, Maine. There's Dover Foxcroft. They got the Central Theater.
I understand. You know a lot about Maine, Cole. I understand, but you probably want to maybe script some of this and just take some time and don't just sit there and blab your mouth. And some people like to look at the highway. When I watch it, I put it on mute.
Wait, hang on there for a minute. Hang on, Sam Elliott. Hang on. I know you like looking at the highway and stuff, and the show's a lot about the highway, but you're telling me when you watch the show, Sam Elliott, and I just want to make this straight, that you put it on mute?
Well, you can. I mean, you don't have to. I mean, when I'm talking, I don't. I turn it off and listen, but you seem to blab your mouth a little bit.
Yeah, I know. I do talk, and I have a lot of energy. I understand. I've been told that by a lot of people. But I'm a good person, and Critter the cat likes me, and my wife likes me.
You're ripping off the Planes, Trains, and Automobiles by John Hughes. It's a John Candy monologue when Del Griffith talking to Neil Page. I've seen the movie myself.
Well, you know what? Maybe I do take from Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. So what? So I can take a monologue from Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Who cares? So what that I blab and look for the right words and stuff? I mean, people can look it up on Google. Maybe that's part of it. Maybe the show is, maybe people will look on Google and find the right words for me whenever I stumble on something. That's the part of the fun of the show, right? So we don't get everything right. I'm not Google itself. I mean, I can't Google everything I say every month. Then I turn what I need is a second phone. That way I can Google stuff and look at the thing and act like I know it on the top of my head, like all the rest of them do, like Adam the Woo.
Really cool. You probably want to stop talking about Adam the Woo because all you're doing is advancing his show, and it's just going to take you longer to build your own. What you want to do is just talk about your show, and if you don't know the name of something, all you got to do is just turn it off, look on Google, look it up. It just takes a minute, and just stay calm. Don't worry about it. People don't care that you don't know everything. You don't have to know everything.
I appreciate that, Sam Elliott. I appreciate it. I'll make that note right now, okay? Okay, I'll make the note, okay?
It's just an idea. It's just an idea.
get the point. I get the point, Sam Elliott. I get the point.
He's got a lot of the same type of footage.
Yeah, I know he's got the same type of footage, okay? But just because I have some similar footage of Terrence Malick doesn't mean that I have to sit there and like say, okay, well, you know, Terrence Malick's already did some of this in Tree of Life. Well, you know what? He was quoting the 1950s. I'm quoting what's going on right now.
I understand. That's what you want to do, you know, just point and shoot.
It's not simply just point and shoot. Do you know how many times I've passed Dallas back in the days?
I understand. You got stuff scattered out. I understand.
All right, if you understand them, just let me focus for a minute, okay? Just give me a second. Calling upon my cat for ideas. All right. I think I remember some of this.
Just remember when you zoom, you don't want to talk at the same time. It kind of muffles. Right, I understand. Stay right here.
Yeah, don't worry. I know what I'm doing. I've done this before. This is the new bridge that's coming up. It's the Hunt Bridge. She's a philanthropist. That means her family and the foundation, they support artists. They can even support YouTube. Look at this right here. That's Reunion Tower right there. Now, when you're eating dinner on the Reunion Tower, you can look over right here. There's Reunion Tower right this way. And that's Dallas. Right to the left of that is the Hunts Bridge. You can see the first part of it right here. And then we'll just go right here to this. One of these buildings is the W. My first marriage, I was married to a woman named Sarah Lopiccolo. She knew someone in radio because she studied at American Broadcast School in Arlington. And they gave her free tickets, free press pass tickets to see David Lynch in Inland Empire. Now, David Lynch was there because he was a filmmaker. He was the director. After party was at the W, which I believe is right there. And we went to the W. No, I think there's apartments. Okay. Well, the W's somewhere around there. But anyway, things have changed a little bit since then. But we did get to talk to David Lynch right there in the theater because he came out and talked to the audience. David Lynch did. Well, he sat down and he talked with his hand a lot and did that. And I got the microphone because I was in one of the press boxes, and I asked him simply, Mr. Lynch, my name is Cole, and I wanted to know how much of your stuff is scripted. And he goes, everything is scripted, Cole. Everything. Everything is scripted. Everything is scripted, Cole. Everything is scripted. And his hand kind of did that. And I was like, well, okay. That looks like a big lighter right there. Now, I met David Lynch when Inland Empire was released. It's called Inland Empire. It was one of his last big feature films, right after Mulholland Drive. So Inland Empire is a feature. And he also brought out an electric guitar player to play, I think before the movie came on. So he listened to the electric guitar, And it wasn't him that was playing, because David Lynch plays electric guitar, he just plays it differently. Then the guy played the electric guitar, and then he left, and then Inland Empire came up on the screen, and we watched it for 3 hours or so. Laura Dern is in it, and it's very powerful, it's very focused, and it's very intent. And it goes from Inland Empire, California, somewhere Eastern Europe, like Czech Republic or something. I don't know exactly where it was filmed in Europe, but it's very, very out there, very much like a dream. And I felt like I had gone into a dream. And it was very loud speakers. It wasn't like your average movie that you would see. And it seeped into you, and it said things about human behavior and thought and dreams and just all this stuff. And the movie was over. We saw the full credits. There was a moment, the lights came up in the movie house, and there is David Lynch walking out, sitting in a director's chair right in front of the audience. He's right there, only a few feet away, just kind of smiling. And it was really David Lynch. Now, back in the day, that would be like filmmakers meeting Fellini. Okay, it was a big deal. And I was on probably about 300 milligrams of lithium, and probably about 250 milligrams of Zoloft or more. I was on a full dose, as they say. Full dose of Zoloft and a full dose of lithium. I was that way for about 6 years. And I just sat there and I waited. And all of a sudden, a microphone was passed to me. And there was David Lynch, and I stood up, and like I said, "I'm Cole. Nice to meet you, Mr. David Lynch." Something of that nature. And I said, "I want to know how much of the movies you do are scripted." And that's when he told me, "Everything is scripted." That's what I remember. Now, years later, we're in 2023, about a month or two ago, I found out Inland Empire was completely improv. There was no script. Now, I remember Lynch saying, every once in a while, in a blue moon, we'll add something here or there. So, if you know otherwise, let me know. But I found out that the whole thing was improv. But there probably is a script now. All right, we will be passing through Irving. There's a thing there called, well, it's a stadium for music. Toyota Factory. 9 Inch Nails, Trent Reznor played there not long ago. I picked up some of the passengers that were at that 9 Inch Nails concert. Did not see it, but the passengers looked affected. He had come through, performed, and I picked him up and dropped him off. I did not hear a sound of it. So he came in, he played his stuff, and then he took off. Now that's at the Toyota Factory. A lot of famous musicians go to the Toyota Factory to play music. And we'll be passing it soon. Toyota Music Factory. Got it. All the words have to be there.
I told you, when you forget something, you simply just turn off the phone and look it up. That way you get all 3 words. There's a Toyota Music Factory.
I understand, Sam Elliott. I understand. But you got the script laying right in front of you, okay? I ain't got a script here, all right? Calm down. You too.
I understand. There's a new building over here on the right.
SB2, State Bank of Texas. Don't forget about it.
Toyota Music Factory.
Right there. That's where Trent Reznor played not very long ago. He'll probably come back. Mama tried.
Mama tried.